Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 recipes I made by batch cooking chicken on Sunday. I'm in a collab with Erica Lucas and some other YouTube moms who are going to share some of their ideas and recipes for batch cooking. So I hope these recipes are helpful. Don't forget to check out the playlist below, and thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, it's Sunday and I'm getting ready to do my batch cooking of chicken for this week. We put together, my husband and I sat down and thought about some chicken meals that we would like to have this week. So when I went to the store, I picked up this 6-pack of chicken breast. And so we're going to cook that up today, and I'm going to portion it out. And the way I like to cook my chicken is I just like to throw it in a pot and boil it. My mother-in-law used to do this for her chicken casserole, and my husband and I really like it. I don't worry so much about, seasoning the chicken because everything that my chicken's going in is going to be seasoned very well. So boiling the chicken only takes an hour, and then I can get started on my recipes. So out of this chicken, when it's finished and portioned out, we are going to make a chicken casserole. We're going to make creamy chicken and wild rice soup, which is one of my favorite things from Panera, but it's great to be able to make it at home. And then we're also going to make some chicken crescent rolls. They're like little roll-up things that my husband really loves. So I'll get 3 good meals out of this, and maybe if there's any left over, we'll take this chicken and make some barbecue chicken sandwiches. So I'm going to get started boiling, and then I'll show you the rest. My chicken's all finished, and so what I did is I went ahead and put some in the soup I'm making, and then I just portioned out after I shredded it. This is going to be for one of the meals, and then this will be for the other meals, and I'll just leave them there until I'm ready to cook them. Real life here. So I want to show you how to make, it's kind of like a copycat recipe of Panera's chicken and wild rice soup. That is my favorite soup to have when it's cold. And today it's a super rainy day, and I don't want to go to Panera because people in our town forget how to drive when it rains. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just my town. You let me know. So I don't want to go out. So I have all the stuff that I need because I'm also working on a batch cooking video, and I like to batch cook chicken. And so this is one of my batch cooking meals. So stay tuned for that video because that's coming up next week. So here's what you need to make this chicken and wild rice soup. You're going to need some finely diced carrots. You're going to need finely diced onions, celery, which I'm not crazy about, but it's so small I don't mind. And you're also going to need some minced garlic, a bay leaf, oregano, flour, olive oil, chicken stock, rice-a-roni, and I do not have out the milk and the water because I don't leave those sitting out all the time. So I'm also going to link this recipe down below because I found it on Pinterest. There's a bunch on there, but this one's actually my favorite. So these are the ingredients that you need, and I'll show you how to make it. You can cook this soup in a Dutch oven or just a regular soup pot. I'm just going with a regular soup pot. So the first step is you're going to put your olive oil in your pot. You're going to add your onion, your carrots, and your celery, and you're going to let that cook for about 10 minutes on medium heat just for the onion to be translucent. This has been simmering for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to add the garlic and the chicken stock, so it needs a whole box of this. And remember, this recipe will be in the description so you'll know the exact measurements of everything. Oh, this is fun. Come on. That took longer than I thought it would. All right, I'm going to add the water. And I'm going to add half the milk that the recipe calls for. Right. Then we're going to add some pepper. I don't know about you guys, but I love pepper. Put it on everything. And the oregano going in. And this cute little bay leaf. And then I'll add my shredded chicken. I just don't have it yet. This soup's been simmering for about 15 minutes. So in this bowl, I just whisked together the flour and the remaining cup of milk, and I'm just gonna add it into the soup. And we just stir it until there aren't any lumps. Make sure I get all of it. And then this soup is just going to, after I get all the lumps out, I'm going to add, my goodness, I have brain freeze here. All right, I put in the cup of milk and the flour, and I'm gonna add the rice and the seasoned packet that comes with it. So right now I'm just getting the lumps out. Sorry about the brain delay there. It's like, what in the world? So we're stirring this up until there's no lumps. And it smells so good. I walked out of my bedroom a while ago and oh, it smells so good. All right, so now I'm gonna add, and I just bought the Rice-A-Roni long grain and wild rice. So I'm gonna add that to it. And the little seasoned pack that comes with it. Can stir it up. You're gonna let this sit for about 20 more minutes, and then you can add salt and pepper if you need it, and some scallions to the top, and it is all done and ready for you to enjoy. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. Let me know in the comments if you try it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'm taking this shredded chicken that I'd already prepared and just pulling it apart a little bit more so we don't get really huge chunks in each of our bites. And I'm just going to cover the bottom with this. This is all going to get mixed up really well, so it doesn't really matter at what point you put the chicken in, but I just started with the chicken. And I'd shredded it previously, but the chunks were kind of big, so I prefer smaller chunks of chicken in my chicken casserole. One thing you will not see in mine, which my mother-in-law used, was water chestnuts, and I don't put that in mine. So that's something you could think of adding to yours if you like them. I'm not a big fan of water chestnuts, but she was. So hers were always in there, and I picked them out. Also, I forgot to include the evaporated milk. It takes 1 can of evaporated milk, so I did put that in after I videoed this. So I'm adding the cream of mushroom soup. That's what's going in. The cream of chicken. And then I add the chicken and rice. And that's going to give you a lot of liquid to also go along with your milk. And just making sure I got all of that out of there. And then these are those noodles. Now, I prefer a lot of those noodles. My husband isn't crazy about a lot, but when I'm cooking, I get to put in what I want to. So I put in, I use about a half a can when I make it, so that's what's there. And then I had to walk over and get my rice that I had boiled. You do need to boil your bag of rice. And so I'm putting the bag of rice in there. And it does have a lot of rice. So if you think enough rice is in the chicken and rice soup and you don't want to add any more, that's totally fine. Make it your way. But we do like to add an extra bag of rice. And then I just take it and get it all stirred up, and it's going to be all gooey and delicious looking. And we really just want to mix it up till all the soup is mixed together. And then I just try to, after I do all that stirring around and getting everything mixed up, I try to flatten out the top so that when I take it out of the oven to put the onions on top, it's a nice flat area for me to work with. So I do stir it up quite a bit, as you can see. Working really hard to get it stirred up. It just takes a few minutes. I love this recipe because you just throw it in a casserole dish. Everything's already cooked, so you're only going to leave it in the oven for about 30 minutes before you take it out to put the onions on. So the oven's preheated to 350. I'm going to put it in for 30 minutes. I'll take it out and show you the onions. This baked for 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and then I just put the French's onions on top, baked it for another 5 to 10 minutes, and it's ready to go. We're going to have some Sister Schubert rolls and some Bob Evans mashed potatoes, and it's going to be delicious. The last meal that I'm using my batch cooked chicken for, I got tons of shredded chicken out of that chicken pack. The last meal I'm going to use it for is some chicken crescent rolls. This is one of my husband's favorite meals, and it is so simple. You're just going to need shredded chicken, some crescent rolls, some cheddar cheese, some cream cheese, and a ranch packet. First time I used an entire pack and it was way too much ranch, so now I just do half a pack so that it doesn't totally overpower it. So in here I've got the chicken on the bottom, and then I put the cheese. I used half a pack of the cheese. It's really up to you how much cheese you want to put in there. The half of the ranch packet and the cream cheese, and I'm just going to let this go until it's all shredded up, almost like the consistency of like chicken salad. It's going to be kind of that consistency. And then we'll get it out and put it on the crescent rolls. In this sped up clip, you're going to see me just scooping the mixture out onto the crescent rolls. You could probably use an ice cream scoop for this, but I found that just using 2 tablespoons works pretty well. The mixture is pretty thick, so you do need something to help you get it off of that first spoon, and this works pretty well for me, and it gives just the right portion. So I've got all the mixture put on each of the crescent rolls. These 2 are for me. I just want plain ones tonight. And all I'm going to do is roll them up. I've got the oven at 375. They're going to cook for 11 minutes, and they will be ready to eat, and they're delicious.